Hejsa. I hope you want to join in with this mini summer stitch along project. So as I said in the first video, I will share a prompt for each week and for each little section here. But it's not just a prompt, because what I plan on doing, and you don't have to do it, you can do whatever you want. But what I plan on doing is, before I start stitching, I'm going to take the prompt and make a little mind map to see how it inspires me, and then sort of take that further. The prompt for this week, the first week, is nature. So I've just taken a sheet of A4 paper to use, and I've folded it in half because I don't want it to be too big. I just want to jot down sort of a few little ideas and see what I can make from that. So nature, first thing that jumps to mind is birds. And maybe the dawn chorus. I quite like being up early in the summer listening to the birds, and well, if it's right in the middle of the summer, then not seeing the sunrise, because that's way too early here in England. Right, let's see what else. Flowers. Always flowers. Yeah. Picking wildflowers. I love walking in our neighborhood and seeing all the different types of poppies, especially. It's one of my favorite flowers, so let's put that on there. And roses. And with flowers, of course, you get bees. Bees in the garden. Butterflies. And although I don't do it in our garden because we have a dog and don't really want to walk barefoot on the grass where he may or may not have peed. But one thing I do like is walking on the grass that is wet with the morning dew. And speaking of garden, that is of course also a part of nature. So let's put that on there, although I'm not a very good gardener. We have one large flower bed in our back garden and one in the front. And the one in the back is basically just whatever wildflowers have decided to make it a home. I'm actually fine with that. And the bees really like it. I've got bees already up there. Garden. Now, if I was the type of person who did my own vegetable growing, then I could put that on there. I'm not. What else can I think of? What are you thinking of when you think about nature? I mean, there's trees, of course. Walking in a forest. Alright, I think this is enough for me to get started with. So then the next step I want to do is I'm just going to write down the 5 senses. See, hear, taste, smell and touch. And I want to pick something from my mind map to put with each of the senses. So touch. Oh, something popped into my head. Again, if I was growing vegetables, but my parents do that, and they did when I was younger, I would say freshly picked carrots. I'll put that here with taste. You know, just slightly small, bright orange, freshly picked carrots, and they have this particular taste that they don't have when you buy them from a shop. Alright, so next what can we do? Smell. Can take the flowers. What about the roses? Let's just write flowers, roses. The poppies don't really have a very strong scent, I don't think. And touch, that would be the wet grass. And here, that would be birds, dawn chorus. And then see, let's do the bees and butterflies. It's one of my favorite things to see in the garden, as well as the wildflowers. The bees and the butterflies enjoying those flowers. Alright, and now I'm going to turn these words or sentences into a little sort of poem type thing. Not something that I'm going to write in my section for this word, but I don't know, it's just, I think it will give me a sort of a feeling for what I want to add. So I'm not going to think about it too much. I have sort of almost sentences. So what can we do? Let's start with the dew wet grass. Butterflies and bees flutter. Something with the roses. Scented roses. Picking carrots. Listening to the dawn chorus. Something like that. Maybe I'll move things around a little bit. Okay, give myself one chance to do this. Dew wet wheat. Dew wet grass. Listening to the dawn chorus. Picking carrots. It's quite early to pick carrots while listening to the dawn chorus, but never mind. Butterflies and bees flutter among roses. All right, that's it. So this is sort of the inspiration for what I will make on my slow stitching project for today. I have no idea what I'm going to make. Alright, so dew wet grass, listening to the dawn chorus, picking carrots, butterflies and bees flutter among roses. Yeah, it's okay. Alright, so before you start adding anything or stitching, I just want to say it doesn't matter really where you start, but it does matter that this is down and this is up, and over here this is up and this is down. So if you have anything you want to be the right way up, just remember that the edges is down. Alright, I think what I'll start with is I got out this little lid here with various bits and bobs. Just some old bits of patchwork, and I'm not even sure what I made this for. I got some threads that was in there and some buttons. Oh, this is actually quite perfect. A butterfly iron-on patch, although I don't know if that would actually stick. So let's start with the butterfly, although it's actually quite big on there, but maybe that's okay. And I guess I'm starting on this panel here. So I'm not necessarily going to use my little inspiration poem thing as the thing that I'm going to put on there. It just sort of sets the, I don't know, the tone for it. Maybe I'll use this abandoned English paper piecing thing. Have a little leaf. And another leaf. Actually, these two could be sort of petals. I've actually got a few more leaves here. No, I think these are too similar to the butterfly, so I won't use that. I've got a bag over here with some fabric scraps. Let's just tip out some of the scraps and see what is there. Maybe this orange. I could use that to make a poppy. So instead of a rose, I would do a poppy. Let's just cut them, the poppy petals, all together so that they're a little bit wonky. I feel like that needs something in the middle. I'm not sure that button works. Let's put that aside. What else? Oh, actually, this could work. This bit here in the middle. It's a shame I haven't got a more sort of solid orange. I think it'd be nice if some of the petals were a different color. There's not enough of that one. Alright, let's just say that that's it. That's what we're gonna do. I want to try and not think about how this looks too much. So we got some more leaves. Although they're not the shape of poppy leaves, I actually quite like them. Let's cut off the white bit here. Maybe make a little stem. So I want to make some quite quick decisions about what I'll put on there. And I may not even be able to recognize the inspiration from my initial mind map exercise, but that's totally fine. Maybe this butterfly doesn't even work on there. I'm gonna say it doesn't. I'm actually tempted to leave it that simple, maybe. I think I'm going to make a little sun. A sun like I used to draw when I was little, so oddly sitting in the corner of the paper. So they will go behind the flower. Just gonna lay it out for now, sort of. Yeah, I quite like that. Just keeping it simple. And then I'm going to add some stitching, but I'm not sure what. I think I'll ponder that for a little bit, and then I'll come back and talk about what I'm thinking about the stitching. Yes, let's do that. So now I have sort of made some decisions about how I'm going to stitch this, or start stitching it. So I've added a little bit of stitching to the poppy, and now I'm starting to stitch on the sun, and I have an idea that I might extend these lines so that they go all across in the background. And I think, as well as this light orange color, I'm also going to use a yellow color so that the two colors blend in with the background fabric of the sun. I'm still pondering how to stitch the leaves and the stem, and also, as you can see, I wrote the prompt word for this one, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that for all of the sections, but I just felt like there needed to be something in this spot, so I'll just write the word. And I used the Inktense coloring pencil, because once it's, and I dipped it in a little bit of water, and then once it is dry it should be waterproof. And I think I'll probably add some stitching to that as well. So that's how far I've got with this now, and I'm not gonna hurry. I'm just gonna take my time adding some stitching. It is slow stitching after all. I'm looking forward to this, and even if most what I end up stitching is just some wonky running stitch, I'm quite happy with that. It's supposed to be a nice and relaxing summer project. And I don't know if you can hear Blake whining in the background. I think he wants my attention. So I think I better stop here, and I'll be back next week with our next prompt. And I hope you'll join me then. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day and happy slow stitching.